Happy birthday, Aries Seeker. Happy birthday. Welcome to April, to your season. Yay. I love your season. Oh, okay. Talk about dramatic start, Aries, the devil. Should I sugarcoat it? Should I just say it as if this was a private reading? What the F are you up to? Now, when I say what the F are you up to, I don't necessarily mean, oh, are you being a devil? What are you planning? I mean, could be, of course, some of you. But generally speaking, I would say more so, what is it that you are succumbing to? I mean, they do say that Oscar Wilde said, the best way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Great headline for the devil. See, it's not necessarily evil, but it is spiritually lazy. I'm not saying you are spiritually lazy. Just don't jump. You and your triggers. The devil is spiritually lazy. It represents that. It represents not doing the right thing for ourselves. For society, yes, but most especially for ourselves. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, this is getting more and more interesting. I think I'm getting the vibe. I understand where this is leading towards. It is about stagnation. It is about self-deceit and lying to ourselves. Yes, it could be all of those to others, deceiving other lying to. I don't think that's the case here. I don't think that's the case here. Behind every devil, there is a hierophant. Behind every lie, there is truth. Behind every black hole, there is potentially another universe. Maybe. The shadow is caused by the sun, right? So, before I look at this, whatever it is that we're doing that is setting us off our route, in a way, it is something that is helping us, Aries, to avoid the route that is actually right in front of us. It's right there. 8 of Swords. Classic. Why do I have the devil, 3 of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Swords? So, things that are not accurate for us, or that are of the shadow, of the devil aspects in us. The devil wears Prada, right? They don't look bad. They don't portray themselves as wrong or as evil. If anything, they're shiny. They are luring. They are confusing. There's something about them that makes us think maybe it is the right path. And all that is somewhat of a trick of the mind to deter us from our actual path. Speaking philosophy, let's talk practicality. This 3 of Pentacles is a great card. It's a card of hard work, of cooperation, of money, of building great foundations, of success, of achievements after work that we've put in. But I'm getting that this is your little devilish escape route, something that you focus on, that you feel like this is the good thing for me, just to avoid this. The issue. The real thing that needs addressing. And this devil, Eight of Swords, it's a self-made prison. Well, not entirely self-made. Of course, it's a result of, circumstances, events, situations, relationships, things that have pushed us, cornered us into a little corner of fear where we decided, I'm not taking any more risks. I'm going to do this one thing that works for me. Because it works. And then be damned with the rest. Classic example. I will only work. There's nothing wrong with work, especially if it's successful, brings you money. Unless it is used as camouflage, as escape from other truths that needs addressing. Getting picture there? Eight of Cups, another 8. Someone is walking away from a situation that they just don't want to be imprisoned in, a prisoner of anymore. Someone is feeling like they are either being lied to, or the truth is being hidden from them, or they're being either gaslighted or not, and they're walking away from it. I don't know if it's you or someone else, but we can check. Let's see what the cards say. Either way, you can always reverse the roles, okay? Whatever I decide based on the narrative, if you'd be like, oh, I feel like it's me, or oh, I feel like it's someone else, play with it. If you don't resonate with this at all, watch your other placements. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups. Someone who's just being really, really obsessed and overdoing something, and someone else is just leaving. The Death card. Oh, massive change. Wow. Massive change. Yeah. A change is being called for. Whatever this is, it can't go on, keep going the way it is. And Pluto, the death energy, comes and be like, something needs to change. Because this is evolution. Death is not evil. You need to understand. These are not the same things. Okay? The devil is stagnation. Keeps doing the same thing over and over again, either expecting different results or not really caring about different results. It's just being in the same place because it's convenient, because it's known, because it's safe. It's actually not safe. It actually leads to real rot. And the death comes and be like, life matters. So transformation and growth has to be made. Movement needs to happen. Growth needs to happen. These are real murky waters where you are drowning in self-deceit and lack of awareness, but you tell yourself that everything is wonderful. Or someone in your life. And there's real fear of breaking out of that cycle. But 2 8s and then the Death card, the cycle will break whether you like it or not, whether the other person likes it or not, because the only constant is change. Oh my God, have I said like a lot of cliches? I did that also in the Taurus reading. But it's, cliche is cliche for a reason. It's real intense truth that echoes through time and culture, and it sticks for a reason. So I'm not apologizing for quoting cliches. It is what it is. Where was I? Change is due. If you won't do it, energy will do it for you. It's your birthday, Aries. It's your season. If not now, then when? Six of Wands. Very, very happy to see this. Although there's a little bit of a catch in this, because Six of Wands also brings ego. And we have it being added to the Devil. Six in general, the Devil is 15. It's also the number 6. So 6 is a number of harmony and cooperation and beauty and success. But 6 is also a number of stagnation because of it's so comfortable and good. It has the tendency to have us stay in it, okay? Staying in the comfort zone. Because, oh, it works. Why change a winning horse, right? Everything works for a certain time frame. And then energy evolves. Energy is always moving, okay? Energy doesn't disappear, it doesn't die, it just changes. And when the energy transforms into something different, then everything about it and around it needs to transform as well, or else it becomes stagnant and no longer works. Six of Wands bring with, although victory and a good sensation of success, it also brings with potential of stagnation, taking things for granted. And being like, okay, I have achieved, I have won, therefore I don't need to work for it anymore. But there's definitely a progression, okay? There's growth from a very stagnant place. Boom, 8, the Death card. Strong change. Things are not going to remain as they were, Aries. And this is a good, hopefully, omen. Yes, the Justice. Look, it doesn't matter how well the Devil lies to you, how your inner shadows fool you, how your fear mechanism, fight or flight, controls you. When the scales come into the picture, when the Justice card comes into the picture, especially, and accompanied by the Death card, truth will be spoken, truth will be told, truth will be... Everything that is stagnant and doesn't work anymore will get cut out, even if it will be painful. The Justice card has zero subjectivism. It's completely objective. It has no consideration to our feelings, only consideration to the karmic and highest spiritual truth. Where it is that we need to be at right now, where it is that we are supposed to go to, and what is it that we do or that is in our life that is holding us back and not allowed. Now, things that are holding us back can be as simple as situation, okay? People, work, you name it. But it can also very much so be habits, ego, addictions. Addiction doesn't have to be alcohol or drugs. That's just the number one thing we go to. But addiction can be for a certain set of behaviors. Some people just can't stop lying, There's all kinds of stuff. And also, it doesn't have to be extreme. We all have this. We all have this. Listen to me. This is no shadow, okay? No shading, I'm sorry. We all have this. But at one point or another, if we don't do this for ourselves, if we don't walk away for ourselves from all our self-deceit, something will happen. Either a person will cut the cord, or the energy will decide enough. Very, very intense, deep reading, Aries. High Priestess and the Two of Swords, of course. Okay, all right. Okay. Two, two, two. Justice is 11. It's 2. High Priestess is 2, Two of Swords. Sometimes the truth is painful. So we use every psychological trick to manipulate it into something else that is easier for us to handle. But at one point or another, it comes and just stands in our face and be like, well, those of you who are hiding something, the truth shall set you free, no matter what it is that the consequences you fear of. I don't know what this is about, guys. This could not be you. This could be someone in your life. I'm not sure. Okay, these are general readings. I'm trying to do my best within that, But for those of you, because I'm talking to you so I can give you the advice, for those of you whom are trying to protect some sort of inner truth or a secret or a state of mind, and keeping it inner and secretive, especially if it's from someone else, best thing I can tell you is to speak it yourself before it is spoken for you or shown, because the truth always has its way. Sorry, most especially in this reading. Confirmation. Did you hear that honk? And the underworld is really present in this reading. I have the devil, I have the death, Hades, and I have the high priestess, Persephone, the ruler of the underworld, alongside Hades. And they weren't bad. That's the thing I have to tell. I need to explain to you. In Greek mythology, the underworld wasn't hell where all the evil goes to. It was just where all the dead go to. Okay, it's just another kingdom that is underneath the plane of the living, and it represents our shadow self, our innermost, most deepest truths, okay? It's beautiful, it's big, and it's a part of us, but not when we abuse it and stay in the cycle of it and avoid coming back up to the living. Now, I also just noticed I have the Eight of Cups here. When it comes to the myth of the Eight of Cups, it embodies the character of Psyche in the Greek mythology, who goes down specifically in the phase of the Eight of Cups. She's going down to the underworld to ask for help with something that she feels she has no hope with. And it's the High Priestess, embodied Persephone, embodied by the High Priestess, the goddess of the underworld, that gives her, believes in her, gives her the freedom, the go. Specifically in this story, it's a story about love. But here, I don't know if it's a story about love or not, because it seems to be also a story of betrayal, of self-deceit, of inability to admit to one's own truth, which inevitably, when you lie to yourself, you lie to others. Inevitably, you could have the best intentions of telling the truth to others, but if you lie to yourself, if your truth is a lie, okay, then by default, what you speak to others is a lie, okay? So this isn't about, before you admit to someone else, or before someone else admits to you, they need to admit it to themselves. Look how much denial in here. Covering the heart, tied hands. So someone is feeling that there's just nothing left for them to do in a situation, so they're walking away to the abyss of the unknown and hoping that karma and energy and spirit and truth will guide them. And that may trigger someone else to do the same, because energy has a tendency, to kind of, like when you sneeze, like someone else needs to sneeze. Or it's just the story of this one individual, but, it's complications here. Hold up. Aries, you guys know how much I love you. I hope you don't take this very intense reading as, the Lovers, okay? Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, give me a second. And another 2, by the way, and another 8. So we are 3 2s and 3 8s. And 3 6s. The Devil is 15 and 6. 6 of Wands, and then the Lover is a 6. Okay, we are having a pretty feisty extended reading. Okay, because for those of you who are new, by the way, welcome to my channel. In the extended, I take the numerical aspect of the reading, the repetitions, and I create or vision an added extra deeper esoteric narrative to the same reading. I take the numbers aspect of it and the energetic aspect of it. The Justice card fell. And then I do a new shuffle and I do a Celtic cross, which is a completely new reading. And then I also give a rune reading. So I will link it below. I will do it right after this reading. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. I don't know why people feel like they need to choose between themselves and love, if they understand what love is. If they understand what love is. Because love that has you give up completely, give the self completely. Give your heart completely, give your dignity completely. That's not love. Someone who loves you wants to see you grow and expand and will always encourage your dreams and give you the freedom to be who you are. Not the freedom to be stagnant. It also pushes you for growth. But it's a subtle silver lining place where you get to be who you are and the best version of yourself as you go. With real love. But when we experience time after time types of relationships, love that takes us away from our journey, that takes us away from our heart, that takes us away from our dreams, from our sense of self, then we inevitably make that connection of, love is self-sacrifice, love makes me lose myself, love means that I can't be who I am, do what I love. And that deters us into, reroutes us into, okay, only me. Only me. Only what's important to me. And then that no longer becomes self-love because we do it as a sense of, as a mechanism of self-defense instead of as a mechanism of growth. So to look at these characters, 8 of Pentacles, someone who works really hard. 2 of Wands, someone who studies and expands and thinks. It's a learning aspect. And then the Knight of Swords, speaking towards the Lovers. That is right under the Death card. The Lovers speak of choices, but not mundane choice that the 2 of Swords can speak of. The Lovers is insanely spiritual and deep, and it has to do with your life path. what it is that you want to do, who it is that you want to be. There's a certain decision or choice or crossroad where you can take now that will literally determine, it's so fucking dramatic, I'm sorry, that will literally determine a really, really long time for you now. There are so many major arcanas and they're all extremely judgmental. The major arcanas on the table, the Justice, the High Priestess, the Death card, the Lovers, very judgmental, very demanding spiritually. Your higher self is knocking and be like, enough, no more games. It's like it's so far away from subtle. I'm sorry, I have to read what I see. It's actually beautiful and very exciting, but yes, it could be scary. The thing is, there's no escaping it. Find a way, Aries, you or the cross watcher, whoever is watching this, to balance your own inner issues. Yeah, I'm sorry. We all have those. Your own inner issues and fears and stagnation in a way that will allow you to see clearly the path that is accurate for you. Because decision will be made with or without you. Like if you won't be like, okay, this is my path, this is my road, this is what my higher self calls me to do. And this is the journey that I need to take. And this is the new costume that I need to wear. Okay? Of alleged self. And the energy will do it for you. And you know, if you won't hear it in a whisper, you'll hear it in a shout. Okay? When you're being told and guided for something again and again and again in every single subtle way, but you just don't listen, the voice will come stronger. The voice. I'm not saying that you're schizo and that you're hearing voices, but to not jade schizos or anyone with mental illness. I'm sorry. It's a very real, horrible thing. I'm sorry. But I mean like events. It starts with small cues and serendipities and road signs. And then if you don't listen, then it starts with complete demolition of things that don't work out, and it hurts. Better to be, you know, the initiator of those decisions. And I don't know, guys, because these are general readings, some of you it's about love. Some of you it's about a career choice, okay? Some of you it's a place of, it's geography, where you live. It could be very spiritual. It could be for some of you, religion versus spirituality. It could be a lot of things, okay? And for every single one of you, it will speak in a different way. Like, but it's still, you know, it's dough, it's tomatoes, it's cheese, okay? For some of you, it's spaghetti. For some of you, it's pizza. But it's still the same essence of energy. I'm going to call this, it's dough, it's tomatoes, it's cheese. Add basil, oregano. For some of you, it's shakshuka. You know what shakshuka is? It's an Israeli, Moroccan traditional dish. I make a great one. Anyway, sorry. There is an opportunity, regardless, to make money, to work, to expand, to learn something new. But you need to understand, if you'll make that choice and that choice alone, you will always look at them. Look at this. This is how it's staged. Something about it will always look there. Try to figure out a way where you express your inner self in a way that is wholesome to who you are, as opposed to one specific thing that you're obsessed about, that is not really goal-oriented as you tell yourself, as much as it is about escapism from everything else. I hope that made any sense. I know it did. For those of you if you don't resonate with it, of course it didn't make any sense. But if you do, then you understand everything I'm saying. Okay, Aries. I'm going to show you your... I'm going to show you... I'm sorry, but this was important, right? I had no idea where this reading will lead to. Honestly, it caught me by surprise a little bit, but I get it. I get it. I think the cards wouldn't speak to me like that with potentially other zodiacs. You guys can handle it, you know? You guys are just, you're so to the point, no beating around the bush. It's just you get it, and you get the need of saying things like that. So I guess the cards have allowed me, you know. Okay, so your extended is thus. 2, 2, all 2s. Oh my god, I'm sorry, the cards are just like falling now. So I actually have 4 2s because I'm going to count the Justice, the 11 as 2. So I have 4 2s, and I have... So as I'm reorganizing the table, I already explained to you about the extended. There's also a 2019 Ministers of Magic linked below. It's the extended yearly. It's been 3 months, but the 3 months that are just a continuance of 2018. Now the real pagan year, the spring is starting, and now the energy of 2019 is really kicking in. So feel free to check out that. I dissect the year by the month with tarot, with the After Tarot, with Celtic Tarot's clarifiers, with the runes, with the I Ching, and the Akashic records. So it's pretty cool. You can go back to it every month and be like, okay, what's up this month? And also check out the previous 3 months just to kind of learn from and make the connections. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can be anywhere on the globe. If you have PayPal, you can just book it. It's super easy. There's several options depending on what suits your needs. So check that out as well. Tarot Masterclass! Oh my god! I just recently finished uploading all the court cards, all the royal family. So now on my Tarot Masterclass, we have all the minor arcana, all the court cards, I'm sorry, and soon I'm going to start to upload all the major arcanas. So for those of you who don't know what this is or haven't checked that out, you have an opportunity to, if you want to be a tarotchi, right? You have the opportunity to go over all the current cards and make yourself ready for the major arcana, because I made it in a way that really establishes good, strong foundations when it comes to the tarot on several levels, okay? Both spiritual level and both cognitive level, because the tarot is a path that needs a lot of responsibility when it comes to teaching it, and it is one that I'm not taking lightly. For those of you who don't want to become a tarotchi, a professional tarot reader, but you just, I don't know, you had a spread and you're curious about specific cards, it could be 1, 2, 3, 5 cards, and so you can just choose those and download those, because I made it in a way that every tarot card has its own video, so you can choose whether you want a deep process or just a few cards to know about. So I will link that below as well. Okay, I'm going to do the extended right now. Happy, here, I'm going to show you. Yeah, this is just the first part of the extended. I'm going to leave the death card because this is, oh my god, this is a big extended. I'm going to treat the numeric aspect. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh, I'm on Instagram, the Existential Shift. Thank you for being a part of this journey. If you haven't joined yet, please join my tribe of seekers. I would love to have you by subscribing to my channel. I love you mucho. You are fantastic. And I will see you in May.